Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here. I'm super pumped up. I bought this collection. I saw like literally 12 coins or so from it, and the person offered it to me for like 550 bucks, and I pulled the trigger, made the buy, and now I'm going to go through it. So I can't tell if I did really badly or well. To be honest, some of these coins look a little bit more clean. We'll talk about that as I go through it, but there also seem to be some pretty old ones from what I've seen on the outside in a lot of different countries. So again, maybe 550 over, shot a tiny bit is a gut reaction, but I'm also just like, hey, I'm going to get a really fun unboxing. There's probably going to be some, new items I don't know about. We still have to run the intro, but I am super impatient and I kind of want to get searching. So we'll just take a quick look. We've got a half Anna from the East India Company. We've got a British North Borneo 1 cent coin from 1885 in decent shape, and that's actually pretty neat. We've got another one that's a little bit, you can see that it's a bit more cleaned, 1889. It looks like, honestly, the same person cleaned all of them and then put them in these flips. This one, 1891. And the value of these, if they had not been cleaned, I can promise would have been higher. So a bit of a disappointment. So this one's Minas Gerais, Brazil, 20 race. I'm not sure where we're able, so minted in Rio de Janeiro, 20 race. Let's see, I think it's just a Brazilian coin. And not all of these are going to be super expensive. Here's a 1927 penny from Australia. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be going through 1859 penny. Ooh, that one's kind of cool. Here we've got a Upper Canadian 1852 penny bank token with some pretty neat insignia, and then the same thing right here. Then I'm going to let the intro play, but as you can tell, these have been polished up a bit, and it'll just be important to note as I go through offering them. But let's get into the rest of the flips, see what this collection looks like. I'm excited to unbox it with all of you. And it's right in front of us. I'm going to try to not take forever, but I do like the coins, so you'll have to forgive me. I don't think it will sound good, this video, if you play it on like more than 1 time speed. So anyways, enjoy going through a collection as much as I do. We've got 2 Skilling from Denmark. 2S, it says Norwegie, but I'm assuming that there's some reason that we are able to figure it out. Fredericus VI de Gratia. That actually sounds a bit like English influence, so that's kind of interesting. 1857 Bank of Upper Canada bank token, 1/2 penny. There's a little bit of damage. Looks like a rim damage on the counting machine. There's a 1813 1 Rigsbank Skilling, also with Fredericus de Gratia, so that then looks very much like the previous attribution was correct. A nice 1842 Bank of Montreal with the bank very prominently featured is fun. Half penny token and a large 1843. These values I think are pretty outdated. Full penny token, New Brunswick with a nice ship is pretty neat as well. We've got 4 doubles from Guernsey, 1864. Weak strike on the reverse. It also could just be some wear. And then we've got a Greek 10 lepta coin, minted in Strasbourg, the BB that probably means, which you can see down there. France would have been minting coins for the Greeks at that stage. 1916 Australian penny and another one. 1916 I mint mark, which I believe they're saying C is maybe like Calcutta. A double from Guernsey, 1830. Also looks like a little bit of an earlier coin. And the lighting, I apologize if it could be a bit better. Here's 1918 I. I wonder if it's like a better mint mark or something like that, and that's why the items are in here. Again, if these had remained uncleaned, the value would have been much higher on them, so it's a bit of a shame. 1834 8 doubles from Guernsey is a chunkier copper coin. Here we've got a 1921, but from Australia. But you can't look at a gift horse. This isn't a gift horse. I paid for these items. But it's just like a good warning for everybody that I feel strongly about saying. Here's a interesting 1850 Bank of Upper Canada. That also is going to be certainly a details coin, but it's got some great detail left on there with this interesting kind of blue hue, blue toning to it, which is fun. And that one, yep, Bank of Upper Canada. Here's a French Indochina 1 cent coin. with some significant damage to it, but I really like this sort of authentic collection looking, appeal to it. 1857 Upper Canada again. Got a Bank of Montreal 1844 halfpenny, Province of Canada, Bank of Montreal. That's a pretty coin. I really like it. I'm going to take this one. The flip broke, of course, but it's a Portuguese, Brazilian, and it kind of looks, does that not look a little bit double struck? I can't tell if it's like a double struck coin or if it would be just an undertype where you can see some of the, like another De Gratia underneath it. And if it was double struck, I feel like that would be worth more. If it was something else that happened to it, then it's less interesting. But on this side, we've got a 1795. And no, it does look like there's at least like an undertype or some sort of, it's probably an undertype that this was overstruck item. Fascinating. If you guys have perspective on what's going on here, if it's what would have happened, would be interested in hearing. But the Azores, that's like a Portuguese island. 1844, a few lower and upper Canadian bank tokens, more Bank of Montreal, and that one's is Quebecois, copper item, Province du Canada, sous. So that's the first row of 5 here. We'll take the one on the left and keep going. Another bank token from Canada, 1857, larger item, more Australian, and then this one looks like it's also going to be a Quebec one, so I guess that's the style of the Quebec type. And then right here, a Belgian copper cupro-nickel 5 centime, 1871, Prince Edward Island. Super interesting. It's got a little bit of damage in it, but it's a not as common of a province, so nice Prince Edward Island coin. An earlier Belgian 2 centimes from 1835. 1861 there. We've got a mix of them. There is a 1862, and an 8 doubles from 1868 from Guernsey. Nice. This one, I actually really like the looks of it, and the consignor 750, seems to have identified that's like one of the highest values I've seen written on an item. A 1 skilling from Denmark, 1771. Nice level of detail. It doesn't have like the as cleaned look that a few of these other items have portrayed a bit more of. Got some Australian. Man, lots of Australian. I hope there's some key dates in the mix there. 1861 Nova Scotian cent is pretty neat. Over here, a Dubai River City Bank. It looks like also maybe the Quebecois. There's a Nova Scotian 1824 bank token. Pretty sizable item. I apologize again on the lighting. I think it doesn't contrast great with the flips that these are stored in. And then imported into Canada from England by a Montreal grocer named Tessin Brass Specie Counterfeit. That is pretty awesome. Known as a Tiffin token, imported into Canada. And that was a huge thing, is that they would make underweight coins in Britain and then try to smuggle them into North America and take advantage of the arbitrage. Great and interesting story. 1815 half stiver from British Guinea, colonial coinage. $16 is the value there. The older value. It's definitely a nicer one. And yes, the Essequibo. I have this one in my typeset of like issuing entity ones. Essequibo and Demerara. Very fun. That also looks like a nice one. A Portuguese 5 race. Super nice 1728 copper coin. Fascinating. 1836 Belgian 2 centimes. Upper Canadian bank token. New Brunswick. Let's see. This one looks a little bit more modern from Denmark. 1912 5 ore. I haven't seen this type before, so I'm curious if it's rare or what the deal is with that one. We've also got this Azores 5 race, which again, nice, interesting issuing entity, or 1880. Ludovicus I de Gratia with the Portuguese insignia. Quarter Anna from India. And wow, another beautiful large Azores coin. 1795 20 race. I think that these are all just like overstruck on other items and not double struck. Okay, no, they're saying that the obverse is double struck, so maybe I was wrong. But I can't tell if it's like a double strike rotation or what's going on. but I'll probably hold on to those and maybe even just solicit your guys' opinion. 1857 Canadian Bank token. I'm just going to put a few of the already unboxed coins. This thing fell out. 10 groszy from Poland, 1840. Really interesting stuff here with a mix of better coins for sure, you know, that are included in the group. And I may group lot a good amount of this because I bought these probably a little bit more. Like, I would say I'll probably hang on to a few of them, but definitely with a resale eye involved. I'm going to put this in this flip, which also includes a West Frisia, which my guess would be a West Friesland Duet from, there's, I believe, the West Friesland mint insignia from the Netherlands East Indies Company. It's not the classic Duet that I've, sold a fair amount of on Whatnot. If you've been to my auctions, there's an Italian 10 centesimi, which looks much less cleaned and really how they should look. So here's a 1738 Portuguese 10 race. Interesting. Here we've got a 1803 Sum Seek CR2. That doesn't give me too many clues as to what this item might be off the top of my head. Boar Rex. Nope, I don't have a great idea for what that item is going to be, which probably makes it more exciting to me. 3 Haller there from, I want to say it's either Switzerland or Germany. Got another coin. Similar, maybe French, but it's the same Sum 1792. I'll figure out one day. Maybe that also is Dutch. Here's an Overijssel 1768. That's like, if I take this out of the flip, very nice looking, good eye appeal coin there. And I'll be excited to figure that out, catalog it. May have some help from Gabe or Isaiah or somebody like that in getting through all this. 2 Ord 1866 bronze item from Sweden. We've got a nice Prince Edward Island token. Self-government and free trade. I don't be political, but interesting slogan there. 1861 New Brunswick cent. Another one of these interesting 2, I don't know if it's Kroner or Novik and Val. Yeah, I don't, maybe it's like Austrian Netherlands. It's pretty unclear to me. There's a large 8 doubles coin from Guernsey. Maybe there's a remnant of a clean, but it's not like polished looking like some other stuff is. Here's a 1680 something Frisia, probably earlier Netherlands Indies, West Friesland Duet. That one 1754 Portuguese 5 race Josephus. It's interesting how strong Portugal used to be. I mean, Brazil's Portuguese and just had a massive trading empire. And then right here we've got this half Skillement 1841. I know there's like Skillement, Silvermint, all these different mints in Sweden and that greater area. 1897 Mexican Centavo. Let's see, 1870. That doesn't seem like it's as rare of an item. A Vatican half Bioko is interesting. Papal States, an early Mexican 1/8 real from the Jalisco Mint. I've wanted to get more into Mexican coppers. Un octavo, really interesting, but I don't have a great sense for them and their value and honestly where to buy them. Here's an 1891 Mexican centavo, 1865 1/5 real. Wonder where this is from. It looks like some sort of it says Canton right there. I'm not sure if it's, at the federal level or if it's some sort of province within, maybe CHIH is maybe Chihuahua province. Polish 1755 Solidus, a little bit later of an item. Another Mexican coin, 2 centavos, and then further an 1860 quarter real, also from, if the previous one was Chihuahua, and this says Chihuahua here, so that makes me very inclined to believe that that's the Chihuahua province. That's a cool one. A Scottish halfpenny token, 1813. Haven't seen that design before with a nice lion on there. St. Helena. I could see this one being better. There's a bit of damage to the actual item, unfortunately, as you can pretty clearly see. Even a hole But St. Helena halfpenny, I might hang on to that. I don't know if I have a St. Helena coin in my collection. Junagadh, India, 1909. I've seen a few of these types before. We've got a Tonk, Indian 1932 coin. A little bit more modern there. Spanish, decent shape, 5 centimos. Swedish, $1, 1718. And that's a fun piece of, inventory. Or I've sold a few of those in the past. Larger 10 centesimi here from Italy. Very nice. And that's a good, we've got 2 more of these to go. So again, if there's any favorites, I always like to show the sort of life of a coin dealer. 1877 1/12 shilling, estate of Jersey, which was, subdomain of the British Empire. Norwegian 4 skilling. I like the industrial look. Oh, apparently it's 25% silver. Very cool. You'd call that a Billen coin, low percentage silver. A Jalisco, another 8th real from that province in Mexico. 5 ore, 1939. Let's see, a Chihuahua quarter real, overstamped. Wow. I don't know if that's an official overstamp or what that would even mean. If you know, don't hesitate to comment. 1820 skilling. Let's see. Another Jalisco, Mexican, 1859 over 8, though I can't really see the over mint. And then we have a Quarto de Tonga, Portuguese India quarter Tonga. That's a cool coin, a type that I'm not familiar with. And then another really large plancha item here, which is a 1873 Portuguese 20 race large copper coin, Portugal et Algarbiorum Rex. Polish 3 Grossi coin, bust of August the 3rd. Nice item. And then there's like a much more cleaned looking similar type 6 Grossi 1766. Same ruler though. Behind it, this one's also Polish 1767. Spanish 2.5 centimos. An Italian item. Polish 3 solidi with an interesting portrait. I like that coin actually a good amount. Very nice. We've got a Spanish 8 Maravedis from 1841. The $12 value may be a little touch high, but also maybe not. I haven't followed those super close. Here's a Cambay Indian Pesa from 1906. That's a crude and interesting coin. I hadn't seen it before. Sarawak, 1889. And who's on the front of that? It looks Raja C. Brooke. So I feel like there's some sort of British involvement. A nice 10 Tornesi. I've never seen this type before. 1859. That's a really large coin. I could see that being worth more than $12. And then also I haven't seen this design 40 centésimos from Uruguay, 1857. Just some really large copper coins, which I think are very fun. I'm a big fan of huge coppers, and I just don't get to really interact with them too often. Here it looks like there were some items that were removed from this group, but that one is certainly still there. Galicia and Lodomeria in Poland. I don't know, what the story is on that one, but that's pretty interesting. Here we've got a British Guinea. Again, that one looks nice. Is a bit clean though too, but nice stiver of Essequibo and Demerary in very interesting, like appealing shape if you can get beyond the fact that it is a touch technically clean. 1832 80 race right there. Talk about the big copper. And then this one, Makuta from Angolia. I have no idea if this is Angola or if it's something totally different. It looks Portuguese in nature. One Makuta, wow. I'm going to research that one further. I'm very pleased about that find. And then further items include this Argentinian 2 centavos. There's another Argentina coin that looks nice. I mean, this, if they could have just not cleaned stuff and just had them preserved, to look like this nice old brown copper look, that's what you want to do versus this, which it's still a nice coin, 4 centésimos, but it's just totally different ballpark of value given the polishing. Here we've got a Jamaican penny from 1891 Cupro nickel, and an older 1840 Norwegian half skilling. Right here we've got a Friesland, United Netherlands Do It, 1682, a little bit of bronze disease to watch out for on that one. Same with his Spanish copper, 1855, 4 Maravedis coin. Got a Polish Grozy coin here, 1791 with the head of August the 3rd. Let's see the remainder. I think we'd already seen this, or maybe not. 6 centimes from Haiti. Super fun 1846 coin. Have not seen that previously, that type. And there do not remain a ton of items left in this search. So again, really thankful for everybody who's watched and pumped about the opportunity to unbox it. 1836 Mexican quarter real, 1893 centavo. Right here we've got a Lombardy Venetia, which is part of Italy, 3 centesimi. 2/3 skilling from Sweden, 1839 with Carl the 14th on the back. Straight Settlements, Swedish 5-ore. Another Straight Settlements, British item. I'm going to save that one for last because I don't recognize it. A Cupro Nickel 100 race from Brazil. Pretty neat. Also another 100 race in probably a little bit better condition. 1866 Naples or Napoli, 10 centesimi. And the last coin, I have no idea what this coin is. It just looks cool to me. Fascinating. A Mexican Republic quarter real as well from the Zacatecas Mint. Fascinating coin. Es Lib Fed de Zacatecas. Cuartilla. So maybe that's the way that they would indicate the smaller denomination, but a thrilling assortment of coins. I think at 550, I'm thinking I did pretty well here. If I sold each of them individually, I probably wouldn't do that. That would represent a ton of work, so it would make sense to get a discount on the overall value. But there's also like this Angolia coin. There's a bunch that I'm excited to follow up on, do a little bit more work around. So thrilled about it, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm always bringing all the hunts right to you, and excited to do so. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another.